As time moves forward, the universe grows smaller and smaller. Oceans become lakes and cities a dot on a map. Borders are fences and countries are neighbors. Planets are vacation getaways. After a couple drinks, my father would say, the world has gotten too small, and there's no room left in it for me. As a child, this idea seemed absurd. The world felt too big to even comprehend, filled with the unknown. But now, trapped inside this cargo ship, and watching the stars pass by the portholes, things are starting to feel real small. Man, I hate space.
I've seen some fishy things in my time. Someone bringing their own coffin is up first.
Coffin?
Yes, that large coffin-shaped box behind you.
Oh, that. That's the charging station for my, get up here. It's kind of a long story.
Well, brevity is king around here, Tin Man.
Basically, I was in an accident a few years back. Really, gummed up the works inside. Now I need the suit to survive. Well, the suit needs power, and I need the suit. So, hence the coffin.
Thanks for the life story, kid. How about we stop wasting each other's time? I'll haul my sorry self and your belongings to your new apart. Well, new for you.
Yeah, thanks, you're a real mensch. Welcome to Space Station 52. My life packed up into a few... I could not... I thought you were heading...
Don't be a...
Presumably some...
You must be Mr. Edward Love.
mechanical engineer, actually.
Well, here on 52, we wear a lot of hats.
Don't you bother about me.
Well, that's good to hear. My friend over there is having some trouble with his equipment. Actually, I have a bigger job.
Your friend, my favor? Hey, heard you were, Yeah, I can, not wrong about... My toolbox should be on the pier with the rest of my belongings. Now, let's see. Yeah, no sweat. All right,
Good news. It's nice to have a repairman.
well, aren't I the lucky repairman? I can't imagine why the last guy...
I like.
Well, I don't fancy myself much of a...
Yeah, I bet you sink like a stone with that guy.
watched the dockmaster and his boat disappear into the fog. A small boat landing. Beautiful. Atmosphere. The solar panel appears a bit old and it's covered in detritus. So I could an old excavator bot. It's been sitting here for a battery looks like a boxer after 12 rounds. I gotta power up the battery before. Let's see how this goes. Some of the cells are damaged, but should provide. The battery only has enough charge. Well, let's get ready to rumble. Look at that. It actually worked. Took some doing, but I got it. It looks some forgotten bones of a locust. Some spare parts are ditched here. Let's see what we got. They installed an anti-tampering device. Unfortunately, the top left dial. Cold. The first thing I felt Waking up in a morgue has to be one of the more surreal moments in my life.
Hey, look at that. Rise and shine. Sheriff said you need to see the doc immediately when you wake up.
I have a lot of questions.
And it breaks my sweet little heart that I can't answer them. So go, see the doc, and then find someone who cares. Would you do that for me? The door's behind you.
What's with these people? Oh, my head. Great, now I'm seeing things.
Please step onto the scanner to begin your exam.
I guess he's not much for bedside manner.
Engaging bedside manner protocol. Did you hear the news? A group of prison. The police said to be on the... Ha ha.
Wow. That?
Scanner failure. No living organic material was detected.
Suit must be interfering with the scanner again. I had trouble with this in the past. An earthquake on a space station? That seems a bit odd to say the least. The quake must have broken the dock, and who knows what else. I should check on the dock before I leave. Oh, a danger. Doesn't look too bad, just... laser bone. The label reads... jar with... morgue lockers of... maybe the worst place I have... Looks like a little rodent is living up in the raft. Vents are keep...
Glad to see you woke up. It's so
heartwarming. Your deputy wasn't very forthcoming.
seems you discovered the body of Lurkit Baxter and then found it.
How did he die?
Looks like a simple accident. Oakley has been...
Accident? So he...
Look, new guy. Things are done a certain...
It just makes no sense.
We're not going to discuss this further.
Well, that brings up another problem.
Just...
Settling? The same space station...
You'll learn how things work around.
Looks like the quake broke.
We'll fix it.
I see my tools are behind...
Sorry, have to hold on to those.
I thought it was...
Rattling bones.
Guess I'll be going.
See you around.
An accident? Who is he kidding? He's not gonna look into this murder. The lunchbox has something rattling around inside of it. I should take a closer look. Also appears I Well, that's done it. But the bone saw's out. A single rubber... The plaque under the sculpture reads... I'm not familiar with the show she's watching. She looks some resident evildoer. A big bag of medical waste. An old sweet sop. There's only one name on the sign. The label reads Son.
Yeah?
I'll need to find a way. Hopefully. Alright. I need to match the colors of the wheels on the right to the fuse boxes on the left. The fuse looks blown. I should replace it. And that's the last one. Back up and running. It's been pillaged of most of its supplies, but a couple items are left. Let's hope I don't get caught doing this. This is so illegal. Looks like the sleeping gas was just too much for this little guy. My dad dragged me to more than a few crime scenes when I was a kid. According to the medical examiner's report, this is Oakley Baxter, mechanical engineer. I was sent to replace this guy. I guess he didn't just disappear as they thought. The report states he died from blunt force trauma and brain hemorrhaging. Says the key was inserted. His other wounds were all caused post-mortem, likely by the machine he was shoved into. No fingerprints or DNA. The key that was placed into his wound. You never see keys like this anymore. Oakley's head wound. He was hit hard and precise enough to crack open his skull. Ticket book. Technically enforcing violations isn't part of the job, but he seems to have taken it on himself. Various
Organic material detected. No heartbeat registered. Initiated. Error. Insufficient power. Organic material initiating emergent. Error. Insufficient power. Battery damaged. New battery.
At least I can get rid of my frozen.
Engaging bedside manner. I tried to get a resident, but they were. Ha ha.
I have all thawed out.
Organic material detected. The subject is within acceptable physical parameters. Your health status.
And that actually worked.
If the doc says you're good to go,
The rain fell right on cue as I stepped out of the doctor's office. A few minutes later, lost, I wandered into some forgotten alley. Just as I was ready to give up and turn back, a figure appeared in the fog. Like an apparition calling to me, I followed it into the mist. As the haze cleared, I found myself standing in front of the old local museum. Propelled forward, I stepped through the doors. I followed the dark and enticing figure to the local museum. Its neglect over the preceding year, I fretted the gentle rapping of the rain on. Perhaps it was my sense of duty, or one could speculate they just gave up on packing this display case void. Seems they were amidst the 100th anniversary. And a skylight lights up the mural with... Those are called stanchions. The information kiosk. I rifled through the box for display case.
How am I? Oh! You startled me. Do you make...
You make it a habit of lurking alone, and besides, aren't you the dame that was out?
Are you deriving the notion?
Just because you're easy on the eye.
If you keep staring strange, I'm the reporter of the 50...
The reporter? As in,
What? You deem there is...
couldn't really say. Just got here myself.
Edward Locke. I'm aware.
How did you...
I'm the reporter.
I'm investigating the murder of my predator.
Baxter. Yes. That would make the two of us.
Bigger than murder.
Pittances, kitten. Pittances. Perhaps...
What are you getting at?
Well, I need to get at the information on this map display. But the
Sounds like a...
So, you'll need to gain access to the electrical closet.
Consider it
There's very little I don't...
job. The plaque reads, Captain Willoughby Frankel is 52's most expensive look. Look at this old thing. My father... Someone must have been stashing their... An old broken... Well, it loosed the back... Bingo. The caption reads, the display reads, Looks like it's a silver. Now that's a big pile of shipping boxes. The display reads, the plaque reads, the caption reads, photo, the caption, a more poetic, an incredible. Whoa, not keen on that idea. Whoa, not keen on that idea. Box cutter. See, if the clock wasn't ticking away. And another battery. The plaque reads. Feels unfit to be doing this. The taxidermy skin is thick. I managed to open it. Sorry about that, pal. Looks like that took the piss out of him. Now I really need a shower. But that... Photo of a large vessel. Tell from the fossil. Looks like a lack of attention allotted to unlocked. Hey, an old-fashioned BLS chip. I can integrate it with my helmet. This is gonna... The deep blackness. It's a shelf and... some spare... I have to route each sequence one at a time and in numerical order to get the power back up. The energy is insufficient to operate this whole place. But if I... Pretty sure I saw 3 junctions. The renewed light. plaque reads, in case I'd postulate the name the anti-grav device. I might be able to disrupt the gravity. The collision cracked the base just enough to get the anti-grav device free. A miracle didn't break the thing in the first place. Well, that worked. I watched the light on the anti-gravity. Turns out dropping a 300-pound console for the map. Let's power it up.
Okay, and just as I thought,
What do you mean?
someone is targeting.
Looks like someone is taking out failsafe systems. But why?
Like I said, Ed, there is much.
What was that?
Sounds like it came from the electrical closet.
Let me check it out. Well, this wasn't open when I left it. Ed, don't jump down this. Ah, crap. The cold air cut through my clothes like I was. The oppressive darkness begged me to turn back. But I felt propelled forward. I'm sure I've had better. Father once said, sometimes he's a rotten son of a gun, but sometimes he gets. Whoever the drain jumper was that escaped down here had no problem navigating the dark. This system has. The walls and floor are sort of diary of a. It's been eroded away over the years, and I shudder to ponder. It's difficult to. I certainly hope they're actually useful. I hate to think. The device appears to deliver a concussive sonic blast. An inscription scratched. I sincerely hope whoever. The cooking pot adorns the marks of an. Whoever came through here before me. A cold breeze. These accumulators gather info about. There are shafts similar to these. Well, here's a great idea. Let's use a death ray, made by a madman that was slapped together with spare parts. I'm sure this will end really well. Well, the door's gone. That death ray thing. I need to match the sign on the wall to one of the 3 on the floor. Then I should be able to stop the power from chirping at me. That's the access point for this. If I can get the display working, I can... Always hated these things. I'll need to fix the... It's the docking bay for the maintenance shuttle. The MCPs manage a variety. What's the buzz? You come here often? How's it hanging? You know, wait, I was able to do some... I think I need to say a phrase. What does MCP... Mother... Master Control...
Welcome you.
Oh, and I thought they smelled bad, but... Just your standard... Well, the creature that made the nest is still here, but I... Master...
Welcome.
I'll need to change the temperature of the airflow before I put the pot in. Master Control...
Welcome.
The pot is far. I'm sure that will. I still need to sleuth out where the last shuttle went before I can leave. Last destination. The rain was falling like needles, but I'm hot on the trail of a killer. My father always said the truth is a moving target. No need to go back down there. Once upon a time, Apex Noir. What kind of... Gonna have to sort out that steam before I can move forward. Looks to be a... Well, this thing has more kinks than my ex. But it could have... An old broken tube. Brings me back to those old... More than once I've found myself in... Oh, must have... Whoa, I'm not sure what... The drownings... Those characters look so familiar. Hey, an old T7... There's a battery here, but it's dead. Missing some gizmos. Cleaning brushes... Missing some gizmos. Cleaning brushes... It's a ventilator. The cover came off with this, like a shell casing hitting the ground. The newly bare inner workings reveal a bypass. The steam hissed into stain as its life faded. Some old cargo nets. That looks like it. Some sort of... It's a coin of... You don't have to be a... The rumble appears to have jammed. I'd be annoyed. The rumble must have shook the sword. This brings me back to those old swash... Took some work with that somewhat dull sword, but eventually the panel's bolts appear ragged and stripped from repeat. Well, look at that, a scan droid. Wait, all that aside, the scan droid should help me find the nodes hidden in this room. An aperture on top of the device. So long, you... Oh. I need to find the proper... Sword locked in place within the aperture. You absolutely aren't going to find any of that as standard procedure. Those are Lynx jelly. That's a Nelumbo, I believe. Somebody left behind. Look, a siren. If I remember, I always... Whoa. As a youngin', Another coin.
Oh, too. You need to have some of your You may not have to. Now you do a call. You got you may not have. Now you may have some of your all you want to make some of
What's with the shucked fellow in the... I'm beginning to recollect you lot. Nice chatting with you. I'll see what I...
Welcome, stranger. What you buying?
Hey, buddy.
Well, everything is for sale.
This your establishment?
Yes, sir. For 30 years, I've been helping.
So you probably know an...
Oakley. Let's...
How did you know?
It's my job to know.
I thought your job was...
One of many jobs. I have, many hands in many jars. As you can see.
Do I look like a...
You look like a, sturdy and...
Strange request, but I guess I'm getting... Find a body, solve a murder, clean a bathroom. Sure. Why not? Why is it so dark in here? Where's the switch? Come on, my only pair of shoes. Is it just me? And I'm out. What in the four galaxies was that? What are you trying to pull? You trying to end me?
So you met our little friend.
Yeah, my shoes are familiar.
Hey, that's your problem, stranger.
With no badge to flash, I guess I'm at a loss. I'll need more corporate advertisement. Rat boat. That's a Tiamat. And that was my father. Some various bottles and glasses. Cameras. Must be the tube. Looks like cold storage and some kind of sorting machine for the inventory. The warmth of the fire. Now with the camera in hand, I can clearly see it's broken. Death rattle moonshine. Judging from the smell, I bet this could be a great liquid cleaner substance. Yeah, he's not good. What about that? What's with the... You heard of this... See you around. How many of these... Pink strawberry cloud. That... Here's your, bottle. I didn't say anything. Sure. Mm-hmm. No, I'm good. With pleasure. flyer reads Rat Boat, seeking new ultra rad bait. Well, they certainly have no shortage. A notice for a series of code violations against the... It's signed Oakley Baxter. That's the a front page of the local paper. Guess the barkeep has no quarrel with the headline. It looks to be an old psychedelic arch. Moonbeam, huh? Looks like it. I could see some use for that mop, but this whole station has sprung a leak. Requires 5 coins to play the jukebox. Requires 5 coins. Unbelievable. Those are links. I could feel my hair stand up when the jellies unleashed their... The flickering lights saturate the tunnel. Strangely, I was overwhelmed by a sense of... Those are links. All parts acquired. All parts acquired. Now you're all better. Jeez, these pockets are surprisingly spacious. All right, buddy, do your... Yeah, let him have it. I'd call that sorted. Oh well, I should go talk to the barkeep now. The Jag Dax has been taken.
All right. Don't let it be said I'm not a man of my word. Yes, me and...
So you could say your relation.
He was always writing me up for citations. Seems he had...
So it would be beneficial for you if he,
With our sham of a sheriff? Look, you wanna know how I didn't kill him? You found the body.
Right.
But to show you I'm a nice guy, here's a little tip. There's a small island hidden in the fog.
And why just grant me this?
Honestly, I can't really say.
Guess we'll find out.
One last thing. Careful asking questions.
A cool fog was rolling in over the lake water. Shafts of light. Like everything else here, the sunlight was artificial. A series of... If you listen closely, you can hear their hum. Like some subtle dirge of life it pretends. The water is calm and bogus. The fish are fake. Most of the props must have been sold. Bogus. The fish are fake. Most of the... They won't miss one. There are many goods in box for a space station in... The water is calm and peaceful, with the occasional creature disturbing its tranquility. I don't know what that thing is. That motor could be handy to get to the island. I'll need to use the crane. Also, I gotta find a way to cross the water without taking a swim with, whatever's it. A small craft is wrecked in the water. It's a fuse that's still in decent shape. Doesn't appear that it's needed for the crane. Surprisingly, the crane is easy enough to operate. It's a sign for the...
If it isn't the old Greg.
Hello again. I'd like to ask you some questions about a certain hidden island.
Not so fast, Wally. I may answer your questions, but I'll need...
Sounds about right.
See, the chest here contains something of great importance. Maybe.
What? Why do you...
The locking mechanism seems jammed with... Besides, I've...
Alright, I pop the lock and you give me the info. Sounds like a deal. Always love these things. A lot of boxes, not... Looks like the dockmaster has been pilfering the best stuff for... A makeshift label has been pasted over. The barkeep and the dockmaster must... The front board looks a bit loose. With the right... A salty... chest seems to have a strange locking mechanism. The lock is rusted over. Maybe if I find a way to remove the... Strange. The windows are blacked out from the inside. Looks to be more art. What was it again? It's a viewfinder. I need...
Well, hello there. Mr. Edward Locke, I presume?
Everywhere I go, people seem to know...
We rarely get visitors.
Not sure if that's a good or bad thing.
I hear you've been helping fix things all over Maybe you can help out a poor...
If I do...
Oh, yes. I've also heard you've been poking around. I'll even give you access.
Sounds like a deal. Containers are full of various baits, judging by the smell. Looks to be small pins given away.
Those are mainly for...
Wow, judgy. The hatch won't open till I get some power to it. Looks like there's a breaker box. The display looks well. The angler here is quite accomplished. All frames and no pictures. All the shelves are... An old worker bot. The bot has a drawer in its chest. An old worker bot. I imagine it was used to work the... The bot has a drawer in its chest with a simple... no doubt. And I can't get the breaker box open. Yeah. Strange combo, a rope and some salt. Let's give this a shot. Rust gone. Rust is finished, but figuring out this lock with... The ropes are in place, but I can access the breaker box. Power it up. It's quite the display. That's quite.
Thanks for your help, dear boy. Let me open the door for you. Ask your question.
Is this your bait shop?
Yes.
You seem a bit young.
I was very...
This place is looking.
Dear boy, there was no need to restock anymore. You're the only visitor.
Did you know?
I know of him, but only by reputation. I tend to stick to my shop. In fact, dear boy, I believe I'm...
Yeah, be seen. Well, that was mostly pointless. What a wonderful... It's a bucket full of fish of, question. The water is calm and... Nah, just some old... I don't know what this thing... There we are. The boat looks seaworthy, but it's not going in. Also, I have the small problem of not knowing... It's a viewfinder. I need co... Now that the crane's lowered, I need to venture out to the motor to hook it up. A small craft. Blowers like these are used to create, maybe, these units have... I can get it work. This should do it. I hope... I should be able to utilize this to cross... Looks sturdy enough. There's a bottle bobbing in the water. Unfortunately, let's just pretend like you. Yeah, don't flip your... There are some coins and... The view... Rust is finished. Rust is finished. Strange. The only thing in the box is a... I don't require any... Oh, why would I do that? I think you've gone bats. Maybe that idea is just above my pay grade. I think you've... One lemon should be in. One lemon should... Here's your... Well, I'm not...
It's the last thing me mama gave me before.
That explains a lot.
Just
Oh. Yeah. That
didn't you have...
seems like you have quite...
What? Are you going to pick up that...
I'm gonna wager a wild...
Of course I have.
Did he ever give you any,
He certainly tried, but not much you could...
Now I'm gonna wait.
Love.
Did he ever give... Never mind. What can you tell me?
Well, I can tell you very few people even.
How long have you...
Actually, I'm new to these parts.
See you around. Fed him up a buffet. Those are devil's teeth. Even though Let's be careful now. Now I have a bucket full of poison fish. I better not chance it. I'll just throw the whole thing in. I hope they don't return anytime soon. Well, that's the motor taken care of. Time to try my sea legs. Would you look at that? When traveling to a mysterious island in the heart of a perpetual veil of fog, the last thing I suspected to find, there's something soothing yet lonely. No man is an island, they say. Sure, if that makes you feel better. Ugh, not again. I'm losing it. Some of these stones. The plaque reads, name, Vanilla Cloud, medium. The plaque reads, name. Small sculptures. The waterfall. Now I should explore the island. Some of these stones. The plaque reads, name. The house has seen better days.
Sure. Just come in without knocking.
Sorry about that, miss.
Miss, do I really look that old? I long for the days when I was someone's doll. Where are my manners? Just because you've forgotten yours doesn't mean I should forget mine. My name is Mona Moonbeam.
Ah, you're the one whose artwork I've seen all over this space station.
Well, a body of work 400 years old will do that for you.
400 years?
I haven't always looked or sounded like this. I once had a body that would turn.
So how do you find yourself sport?
My entire life I've been striving to produce them. I grew older and realized it wasn't going to happen in one lifetime. I came here while 52 was being built, and I've been here ever since.
Could I bend your ear for a bit? I'm investigating.
Oakley, well,
But
but could a strapping young gentleman such as yourself?
some mutual back scratching.
Your arrival has got me inspired to work on something new. First things first, how about you get my tunes spun up for me? The darn thing stopped working. I've never really been technologically inclined. Once you've gotten that taken care of, come speak to me, and I'll let you know what I need.
Interesting. That's a unique flower. Never seen one.
Actually, Oakley gave it to me due to all his snooping. I wasn't sure if I could. I believe he gave me the flower as a sort of peace offering. It's apparently known as was surprised.
Baxter's surprisingly thoughtful gift. I guess there's still...
Next, I need you to open my supply closet for me. I accidentally shut it the other day, and it's been so long.
How am I supposed to know you?
You're a bright boy. I'm sure you can.
The plaque reads, Name, Bedrock. The plaque reads, Name, Gentleman Ock. Well, this is... I wonder why it's the only one covered in a sheet. It simply reads... Well, I wonder why it's the... It simply... How am I sup...
You're a bright. First, I'm feeling nostalgic. How about that bait? Most of them have been sold and shipped off elsewhere. Now, would you be a minch and gather some. First, I'm feeling nostalgic. How about that base similar to the oldest sculpture I have sitting around my house? First, most of them have been sold and shipped off elsewhere. Sorry, that's... Yes. Second, I need a tool with more than 2 points and at least 1 curved blade. Yes, that will serve well for... Yes. Third, let's mix the old with the new, and use the medium for my Yes. Fourth, the color. How about something befitting a gentleman such as yourself? A tribute for you. Yes, that is exact. That should be everything. Ask away.
I've seen your art.
Well, I was one of the very first to step foot on this station.
Did you know?
Oh, yes. What a sweet soul he had.
Do you think this piece could be the one?
Can't be sure yet. Eventually, the sculpture will... I'm sorry, but I really must get to work.
Oh, of course. The only problem is...
The reporter works out of the old lighthouse. Why don't you take your boat over to her?
Well, thank you, miss. Thank you, doll.
Good luck.
The outboard motor turned its final rotation as I coasted the last few feet to the shore. Bon voyage, I thought to myself as the small craft floated back out into the water, where she was swallowed. No worries, though. I knew I could reach the rest of the space station by land. I couldn't go back. A nebulary and gravewood tree has wrapped itself around the lighthouse. Gravewoods are named as such because they grow almost exclusively in cemeteries. What one was doing on this space station clutching to this... The lights indicate the third floor vent is... The second floor vent is open. The first floor vent is closed. Now, the tree has worked its way inside the lighthouse. Why would the Someone has modified the top of the lighthouse with a high-powered telescope and parabolic audio receiver. Funny thing about Wind turbines were outdated technology, even when 52 was first built. Some fool must have thought they'd... Wind turbine... The bitter bright fruit is very... Problem with bitter bright fruit is it tastes awful. Dark humor, I suppose, but an apt description. Given the size of the gravewood tree, it's a plaque commemorating. Judging from this, the building was more... The plaque is bolted... It's a judging... A barrel of Neroblight? I'm sure nothing could go wrong with me. The storage... A handful of water. A fire extinguisher with stacks and stacks. If I had something long and flat enough, I could probably... The toolbox is empty. I'm guessing pilfered by the creature roosting above it. The roots have burst their way out of the wall, slowly taking over the interior. It's a burglar owl. They're known for scavenging shiny materials, and the roots of... The elevator door is jammed with a gap at the bottom and won't open all the way. Yeah, don't flip your wig. The bitter bright fruit is very uncommon. Problem with dark... That's done it. That shot... Let's see if this works. Wow. The owl dove on that dreadful fruit like it was... The screwdriver... The toolbox is empty. Something fell out of the vent. Rigid instant furniture pill. I've never seen one in real life. I remember those terrible late-night commercials for them. If I had something long and flat enough. It's a plaque. Judging, the plaque is bolted to the rock. And the removed bolts are in such bad shape. Chemicals are in place, and I need. The hose is connected up, but needs some way to secure it. Only have. Maybe that idea? You, sure about that? No dice. I think you've gone bats. Everything's ready to go. Just need to activate the atmosphere. But first I have to make sure the elevator shaft vent. I doubt I'll have enough chemical left to cover more than just. The elevator door is jammed with a gap at the bottom and won't open all the way. The door protested with a loud whine, but eventually gave way. My knees nearly caved in as the elevator came to a violent and abrupt halt. I managed to pry open the doors and discovered our root problem. It's a crawler drone. The thicket seems to have taken over the whole. Water is leaking. Well, how about that? Well, there's your problem. I'll have to make sure the only vent open is the one in the elevator shaft for that to work. Just need to clear it enough to climb the ladder in the shaft. I'll have to make sure the only vent open is the one in the elevator shaft for that to work. Just need to clear it enough to climb the ladder in the shaft. It would take all day to cut through. I'll have to make sure the only vent open is the one in the elevator shaft for that to. Just need. It would take all day to. I'll have to. It's a famous painting of an Mr. Toro is intergalactically known for his guitar playing. Just need to. It would. I'll have to make sure the. Just need to. Looks like I can manually control the bot. The second floor vent is shut now, but I lost the bot in the process. Just need to clear it and it would have. Everything's ready to go. Just need to. But first, I have to make sure the elevator shaft fits. Doubt I'll have enough chemical left to cover more than. Everything's ready, but everything's ready, but. Everything's. Doubt I'll have enough. But first. The thicket seems to have. The lights, the elevator shaft vent, the third floor vent is closed. The second floor vent, the first floor vent is open. But first, I have to make sure the elevator shaft vent. Doubt I'll have enough chemical left to. Everything's ready to go. But first, I have. Doubt. Everything's. Doubt. The lights, the elevator shaft, the third floor. The storage shed is filled. Stacks. Yeah, don't flip your wig, but the thicket seems to have taken over the whole second floor. Still gotta find a way to close that vent, though. Just need to clear it. It would take all day. I'll have to make sure. The thickets. I think you've gone. You sure about that? Maybe you come from another. The roots have burst. It's a burglar. Hold on to your hindquarters. Looks like it worked as planned. All done with that. It's the high-powered telescope I saw outside. An ancient printing press. Looks like the reporter likes. Back issues of the Gazette. Hey, no. Judging by her state, she's been dead for days. That's not possible. What am I seeing?
I can do it. I can save him.
Mom?
What you're doing is wrong. You have to stop.
Dad?
I've already lost one son. I'm not gonna lose another.
They are gone. We have to let them go. Let them rest. We will see them again.
You know I don't believe that. Besides, he's not gone. He's right here. Look at him.
I am looking, and that's the problem. You've created a monster. This is not my son. How's he supposed to live the rest of his life this way?
I'm working on that now. That's why I asked you to come here. I'm creating a suit.
A suit.
Yes. We will tell him that he must never take it off. If he does, then he'll die from the injuries in the train crash.
You want me to lie to him for the rest of our lives?
He'll never have to know. He can be happy. We can be a family. Please tell me you'll do this.
What you're doing is wrong.
Please. I mean, it's already done.
Fine, but you're still wrong. We won't be a family after this. It'll never be the same. He will never be the same.
But I won't lose him.
Hello, Ed.
What's happening? What did I just see? What are my parents talking about? You're dead. How are you here?
I'm sorry I couldn't tell you before. But I think you're ready now.
Ready for what?
I think you already know. Just remove your helmet and you will see.
I can't remove my helmet. I'll die.
Please trust me, Edward. I promise you'll be fine. See, there is no one else quite like you.
What? No one else is a monstrous freak?
No, Ed. You're not like anyone else because you're... It's hard to explain. You're half dead and half alive. That's how you're able to speak to me now, and how you've seen the things you've seen.
I don't understand.
Did you see the bodies? The bodies in the sea cave? Did you see their spirits reaching out to you?
Yeah, I guess they're trying to upgrade me to full dead.
They weren't trying to harm you. Their voices have been drowned under the water for so long. They need your help, Edward. That's why you're special. You can hear the voices of the forgotten and still do something about it.
What can I do? I'm just a repairman.
Mechanical engineer, and you know what you need to do.
You're right. It's time to finish this. This will end where it started. Well, I guess there's no hide.
Do you like what I've done with the place? Cozy, isn't it? Atmosphere. Building filth and lies.
It's some sort of bioorganic material. Like the proverbial a creepy old robot with...
Oh, she would never shut her mouth.
A creepy old... Fired. The door looks... There was enough juice left. The glove she was wearing could be useful, but the lock and the extinguisher have had it. Hey, since you're awake now, would you mind opening that? Is that a yeah? Yeah, that's probably. Wow, that's toxinite. That stuff is highly... Looks like someone tried to clear the toxinite with the crowbar. That stuff is so toxic. It seems the toxinite has spread everywhere. The doors are jammed shut. Well, I guess that explains why the door was jammed. Not much left other than...
Oh no, I may have broken the elevator. What are you going to do now?
It's some sort of bio... A big sticky... guess Disco isn't dead.
Welcome to the end, dear boy.
He's trying to destabilize the reactor. And maybe if I can vent the red reactor coils, I can stop this.
Do you really think you can stop me? They ruined my works, so I will annihilate them. I'm creating this place. It's mine to destroy. Dear clever boy, did you really think you could puzzle your way out of this one?
Nice toying with me. This isn't going to work. I'll have to face him. He's using that device to destabilize.
You weren't able to see 52 in its greatest glory. My dream embodied. But at least you can see its end. A grand finale for grand vision.
Why are you doing this?
Well, they took the best years of my life to build this place. Then they handed me the keys to the city. Then they ruined everything I created with their filth and narrow minds.
The quakes. You were preparing the station for this moment.
You're a smart boy. Too smart, like Oakley was. I killed him, and now I will kill you. Only one key left, but sorry. Saving that one for myself. Goodbye, Edward Locke.
Every man must confront his past. You can't run from it or hide. The best you can do is face it and try not to flinch.